Welcome to the latest edition of Walking Worthington. I'm going to be walking south along east side of High Street. It is 35 miles per hour along High Street here. We have about a 4-foot wide sidewalk, 4 or 5 foot wide tree lawn. We have senior living over here, some businesses along High Street, just north of Oxford. Walking south along East High Street, down the public right-of-way. Here we go. Cars are 45 miles an hour. A lot of cars. It is rainy out, but it's about 70 degrees and the rain's warm too. Not too bad outside. We have some businesses that are businesses. They're not really public. They're places of work. If you have some business there, you can go in. We have France Insurance, first original sponsors of McConnell Arts Songs of the Center. We have some Riverlea over to the west of High Street. We're walking south on the east side of High Street. Architectural Place. We have a communication office firm here, a little bump out into a right-of-way. Don't slip on the banana peel. Looking to see how nice it is here. We have 4-foot wide. We have some pedestrian marking, Riverlea on that side, crossing River Glen. Moving south, it's a little bit downhill, a little bit easier to go. Seems like we might have shifted a little bit closer to the car vehicle travel lane. Vehicles, which include bicycles. Bicycle is a slow-moving vehicle compared to a lot of the cars. Once again, it's currently zoned 35 miles per hour along High Street here. Looking to see if there's any pedestrian traffic. There's a whole bunch of apartments. I guess not really a whole bunch. Several apartments here to right and left. West side is Riverlea. East side is Worthington right here. Riverlea ends at Southington here that we're going to come across the crossing and loops around. We have a little bit of jagged boundaries between Worthington and Riverlea. We also have City of Columbus owns 40 acres of property, Rush Run Nature Preserve behind the Walnut Grove Cemetery that is in Worthington. So look, we have a cross sign. Thanks for not going to my crosswalk. So we're gonna cross if we had the right of way there. A lot of times cars just pull into the crosswalk, so it was nice that that car saw me. Looks like we have a jog up ahead in the sidewalk to put us closer to the street, make us less comfortable. But at least it's not as bad as on the west side. The west side even has that retaining wall that's kind of failing there. That makes it really uncomfortable to walk. You're butt up against the road and retaining wall failing on you. Here we have some troublesome bits in the sidewalk, but not too bad. At least the sidewalk seems a little bit wider here. We have a little bit of dips and divots. A 1/4 inch change in the elevation is not ADA compliant, or people in a wheelchair would have trouble getting over a 1/4 inch change in elevation in the sidewalk. So that's not good. We have telephone poles that bring the power, which is awesome. So Kenbrook Drive there is a private drive. These people have to maintain this drive all on their lonesome. They obviously pull together. We got a person, we got our first person. Yay. Bunch more cars. So at least this sidewalk, even though it has the telephone poles in the right of way, do have fairly wide sidewalk, and the bushes are trimmed nice, and also the bushes keep you from going down the ravine there. We have Rush Run Creek passes underneath the street here, comes out right there. It's neat to follow into the cemetery, but I'll stop and show the river. But if it wasn't for these trees right here, it'd be a kind of hard fall tumbling down. We also have some nice guardrail here. But here we go. Here's the creek. It's not too bad. When we go on, so that creek goes in, passes underneath, goes over through there, through the neighborhood, around the cemetery, and out through Rush Run Nature Preserve, all in Worthington. This is all in Worthington. We'll walk back in that neighborhood another day. But once again, that creek goes under, comes out over here into Colonial Hills neighborhood, and Rush Creek housing development is cool, but to Huntley Bowl and all sorts of things. So we'll visit those all another day. We're walking south on the east side of High Street, checking to see if we can find some people. We did find one person, a whole bunch of cars close by, but once again, at least we have a fairly wide sidewalk with telephone poles in the way. Wouldn't be comfortable walking with another person side by side. You'd have to fall back around. At St. Michael's Church, which has been incrementally built over the years. That was its latest addition. We have convent now, in addition to church and rectory and 24-hour adoration. We're the Sharon Square shopping center that is also mixed use. There's an apartment above there that's for rent right now. We have a bank. Old Verizon store is now a pharmacy, which is well needed. Natalie's has great music and entertainment and food. We have over the counter is a great place to eat. Collage salons, thrift shop that proceeds donated to cancer charity. And we have a nice pedestrian crossing. We're not going to make it, so we'll just turn. All right, have a good evening. See you next time in walking Worthington.